Barakah Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and salutations to all of the sincere Akim. This is a quick GMS to the point, 2 Timothy, the 2nd chapter, the 1st verse, and it reads, Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahushai Mashiach. The Yahushai came to give us grace because previously we were under the curse of the law. His sacrifice allows us to now rehearse the righteous acts. But even in doing that, we're not perfect, so we're given a second chance in doing it. Although grace does not give us liberty to sin, you know. So although we go off from time to time, Yahushua himself said the righteous man, you know, falleth 7 times, man, you know. But still, man, you're supposed to get up, dust yourself off, and keep on moving for this truth, you know. So you gotta, even though like, you know, we might fall to the carnal elements of your flesh every now and then, you still gotta pick yourself up and dust yourself up and keep fighting the good fight of faith, man. But this is the trial. Verse 2 says, And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also. That goes into the talents. So when you get enough knowledge to go out there and teach, man, you should be able to, you know, bring forth fruits meet for repentance, as the scriptures say. Go out there, use your talent, and give another man an element of that, you know. How do I put it? Re-up, you know, flip that talent and make, you know, really something out of nothing, man, which is what Jake are good at, man. Bring in the elects, man. All we have to do is propagate this word, man, to men that are liking unto ourselves, and Yahweh Shai will do the rest. So it goes on to say, Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Hey, man, that speaks for itself. What do you have to do when you're on the battlefield, man? Sometimes you gotta endure solitude as well. Sometimes you're gonna be by yourself. You ain't gonna have brothers around you, and you gotta know that in the time of martial law, man, unless you're you meet a brother in the time of tribulation, you're gonna be alone, man. You're gonna have to face that fight. You know, Peter, for example, the head, man, when he got locked up in prison, man, in the book of Acts, man, he was by himself, man. Even though they made supplication for him, in the physical flesh, he was on his own until Yahweh sent that angel to him, man. So brothers are always going to pray for each other. Brothers are always, Lord willing, going to look out for the best for each other. But you got to be able to hold yourself down as well. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. And that also speaks for itself. We're in a physical war, like I said previously before, man. You got spiritual grenades being thrown at you. You know, the elites taking shots at you. You know, on a spiritual sense. They're out here trying to demonize us, make us look like terrorists. And you face terrorism in the UK, man, when all we're doing is reading the Bible and bringing forth prophecies. You know, that's why the scripture also says that the accuser of our brethren is cast down, because when the time comes that Yahushua returns, this white man is going to be cast down on all the lies that he's told, not only on Jake, but also the elect, man, which Lord willing we're a part of. It says you got to endure hardness. So not only are you going to get tempted, sometimes, man, you people are going to come against you, your own family, you know, your next of kin. But Yahushua told us that all of these things will have to come to pass, and it's a trial of our faith, like I always refer to Sirach, the 2nd chapter, you know, we're being tried to make us as fine as gold. It says, verse 5, and if a man also strive for masteries, yet he is not crowned except he strive lawfully. So on the same in the same breath, man, although we want to make it into this kingdom, man, you shouldn't be going off like you should always do things within the confines of the scriptures, man. And don't like use the knowledge we have. Don't abuse the knowledge, man. Do you know what I mean? Like don't just think, well, you know, I can take advantage of people on the day-to-day because I know such and such, and they don't. Always remain humble, man. The scripture tells you, man, that a man of the Lord, the greater thou art, the more humble thou art, man. This isn't a thing of self-boasting, of uplifting yourself. You've got to literally just be down for the Lord and know that without him, you'd be dead, man. So really, our righteousness is a filthy rags. We're pieces of shit. It goes on to say, the husbandman that laboureth must be first partakers. So like the husbandman that laboureth must be first partaker of the fruits. Consider what I say, and the Lord give thee understanding in all things. Remember that Yahushua Mashiach of the seed of David, the seed of David, he came from that line, was raised from the dead according to my gospel, wherein I suffer trouble as an evildoer, even unto bonds. But the word of Yahweh Shai is not bound. So Paul said, man, he suffers tribulation like an evildoer. Yahweh Shai, man, did no wrong for the 33 years that he lived on this planet, man. But although, you know, he came to what's it called, to die and to sacrifice himself for his passings. In that lifetime that he lived, he sinned no sin, man, but he was still treated like the offscouring. He was crucified, man. That's the ultimate humiliation, man. He suffered that all really because of the fact that the wicked of our people, man, despised him for how righteous he was, you know. But it goes on to say, Salakia, verse 10, therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Mashiach Yahushua with eternal glory. So Paul went through hell, man. He said he was shipwrecked, you know, amongst false brethren, man, fleeing cities. And that's really on a smaller scale what we're going through now, man. Brothers that had to leave their home for abandoned family, man, because your family comes against you when you're in this truth, man. People that were so-called best friends in the world, man. Hey, in Sirach, it tells you a friend cannot be known in adversity. People out here are demons, man, and you got to know who your true brethren are, you know. But know that when you come into this truth, man, you're gonna catch a lot of fucking hell, man. Even if you try to avert it, man, the hell is gonna come to you, trust me. Because your Yahweh Shemi Hawashai wants to prove you. You ain't gonna just walk into the kingdom, man. You gotta prove yourself to the Lord. Prove your worth as a good soldier. No war is easy. You don't just walk into a war, shoot a couple man like 007 and have no bullets popped at you, man. You're gonna get tested in this thing. So you gotta be ready and fight the good fight of faith, man. This is a trial. So like the Apostles of Heart always says, and like the scriptures say, man, really and truly, man, be cheerful, man, when tribulations are brought upon you, because it shows that the Most High is chastening you like a son, you know. So with that, I'm gonna say Barakah Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, double honest to the Apostles, Shalom.